We're in today with the legendary 9800 GTX Plus. This is a 2008 video card with 128 shaders, 512 megabytes of VRAM GDDR3, 256 bits bus width with DirectX 10 support, running at 760 megahertz on the core clock and 1125 megahertz on the memory clock. We're gonna pair it up with this i7 4th Gen with 4 cores and 8 threads. I'm gonna see how this old legendary video card is holding in a couple of games. So first off will be Call of Duty because it's running really nice on this video card. I actually put higher details because I'm on 1080p with low details and it's working with this video card, but you can actually see it's not being utilized. Only 200 megabytes of VRAM and 20% load on the core. Look at this. It's kind of fantastic to see this old monster of a video card. Ow. Old monster of a video card running like this. Alright, so averaging really nice with this computer. Look at this. The CPU, it doesn't even have a problem. 10% load on the CPU. 22 watts consumption from this i7. I mean, this is kind of ideal, you know, just in case you want an i3 or an older CPU that is not that new or not that... No, serious. If you want to put this game on an older computer, it's working. Seriously, look at this. Kind of fantastic. The CPU is not being utilized. Everything, it's not stressed here. 4.4 gig of system not being utilized in order to give this performance. 223 megabytes of VRAM utilized. 91 FPS on maximum. So the GPU, it's kind of ideal. I like the performance. I like everything about this because it makes my computer valid in this situation. But in GTA 5 online with 800 by 600 with 100% render scale, you can actually see this video card can actually start the game. It's not playable. It doesn't have ideal FPS in order to play the game. Come on, there's a couple of GPUs on the market that are very cheap and can do the, how shall I say, it can do wonders for this game, seriously. But I just wanted to show you because back in the day I wanted to play the game like this. 800 by 600 with 9800 GTX Plus. You have to use this video card with a different type of game list in order to benefit from this video card. It's got 500 megabytes of VRAM and now it's utilizing maximum. Nearly maximum. The core is maxed out. Everything is maxed out on this. I mean, the CPU is doing the job. You know, we can actually see 45 watts consumption from the CPU. That means the CPU is used too. But I'm 100% sure you can find a couple of GPUs that are much better and they are newer than this one. Seriously, you can see in some situation you got playable FPS, but in some cases it's just maxed out. So it's not worth butchering such an old legend of a video card with GTA 5 online or games that are not suitable. They are not suited for this, seriously. But in word of thanks, with 1080p and low details, not minimal, low details on 1080p, apparently we are getting playable FPS with this video card in World of Tanks. World of Tanks, it's kind of important on your playlist if you want to play something online with an old hardware. You know, you need to install this game. You need to like this game if you have any plans on playing with your computer and the hardware is not that new. You know, you need to have this on the playlist. So I like how it's working with World of Tanks. Hundreds of FPS. In some cases it's spiking. I think it will be ideal to put it on minimal details, you know, or maybe 900p or stuff like that. But overall, he's doing a fantastic job, you know, even with 1080p and low details. It shows you that this video card is not a joke, you know, and he still managed to deliver some performance using 375 megabytes of VRAM in order to deliver this performance. I'm actually curious, if I put VSync on, does it distress the video card? 60 FPS, let's see. Oh, definitely it's distressing the video card. So if I put VSync with 60 FPS with this video card, yeah, apparently it's working even better. With hundreds of FPS, it was very stuttery, you know, and it was overheating the GPU. Now I got 66, 68 degrees on the core, and it's kind of good performance. Oh my god, how many minutes? It's a very good performance overall. But in Dragon Age 2, with 1080p on medium details, we're getting around 60 FPS, 200 megabytes of VRAM used in order to deliver this performance, and it looks really fantastic, seriously. I like how it's performing in Dragon Age because this is a game that actually works really nice on this video card. You can put it on low details in order to get I should say more FPS, but ideal will be to have a lower resolution and more details in the game because this game actually it's fun, seriously. On the CPU side, you can actually see that the CPU is not very stressed, 20% load on the CPU, 30 watts consumption. It's working, you know, it's doing the job, and I think this is not a problem with this system itself. 3.2 gig of system RAM used. I think overall the system is doing a fantastic job. I think overall the GPU and the CPU have no problem in this case. If you want something more appropriate for the system, you can jump in San Andreas and have some fun with this system because look at this. I think this is the most adequate game that you can put on a computer like this, seriously. On maximum details 1080p, you can actually see that the system is utilizing 200 megabytes of VRAM. It's not stressing the system itself, with 10% load on the CPU, less than 20 watts consumption, and look at this, 4 gig of system RAM. I will say this is a nice overall performance from this computer. I'm gonna lie, it's running really nice, average is good, the frame time is good. In some cases the spikes are a little high, you know, and it drops below 50 FPS, and that's not the number I want in this occasion, seriously. But it's working, and I think you can adjust it in such a way so you can play the game how you want, you know, because it looks and it runs really well. But in a game like Drivers, like similar with GTA San Andreas, you can actually see that the performance is nearly similar. I got 60 FPS, but I don't need more than 60 FPS because in this situation you can actually see that the core is 80% loaded. Overall performance is kind of good, 300 megabytes of VRAM. It looks and it runs exactly like GTA San Andreas or Vice City or GTA 3. It's in the same genre. So if you're interested on having games like that, this is a must. Driver, it's mandatory for this kind of video card and kind of system, seriously. If you're planning on building an old machine and you want to play all games, this game needs to be played on a video card like this, 9800 GTX Plus. It's the video card. Look at this, 320 megabytes nearly, and 70-80% load on the core. It's making the video card run around 60 degrees. I mean, it's not fully loaded, but it's doing a freaking nice job overall. Exactly what I need for this system. By the way, talk about the system side, it's on the CPU, we are using around 5-10% load on the CPU, less than 20 watts consumption, and 4.5 gig of system RAM. Freaking nice how it's working, seriously. Not gonna lie, Left 4 Dead is working really nice with this configuration. I'm on 1080p with maximum details and I got 60 FPS, yes. 340 megabytes of VRAM used, 50% load on the core, 61 degrees. So the GPU is holding pretty well, yes. So let's see how we are doing here. Looks great, it runs great, 400 megabytes now the VRAM used, 50% load on the core. It's kind of fantastic, 60 FPS on average, but doesn't matter. Damn, 72 degrees on the GPU side. It's getting hot, you know, because in some cases you can actually see it's being utilized. 90% on the core load now, 420 megabytes of VRAM used. Great performance overall, seriously, great performance. I like how it's working. You can actually see that the 9800 GTX Plus is doing a fantastic job in a game like this. But in Galaxy on Fire, apparently we are getting nice performance here with 62 FPS on average. 63, I think this is a limit on the game. Looks really fantastic overall. I like how it's working. I like how it looks. It's just awesome to see this type of performance from an old machine like this. I mean, from an old video card like this. It looks exactly how I want, and on maximum details with 1080p you can actually see that the game, it looks fantastic, it runs fantastic. there's not a lot of load on the GPU side, only 40-50% load on the video card, and 370 megabytes of VRAM utilized in order to deliver this performance. I will say overall, this is the game that needs to be played on a machine like this, with a video card like this. In Hellgate London, apparently, it's working really nice with 1080p with maximum details. This is one of those games that actually works on this video card pretty well, considering last time I tested it was 9800 GX2. So with the GTX Plus, I think this will be a very interesting performance because, you know, it's one single PCB video card, and in this situation, you can actually see that it's doing a fantastic job. I have no problems of scaling and stuff like that with SLI, so in this case it needs to be flawless, you know, no bugs, no nothing, just a steady, nice performance from this video card. Maximum core load, 350 megabytes of VRAM utilized in this case, and I think this is a great experience overall. There's no problem on delivering this performance. The video card has no problem, and I think in this situation, yeah, this is a great game to have on this video card. In Fallout, apparently, this is going to be a very nice experience because this game is designed for a hardware like this. 63 degrees on the video card, look at this. Maximum core load in some situation with nearly maximum VRAM utilization. You can actually see that the game is put on ultra details. It looks fantastic. So this is the right game to put on a video card like this, on a hardware like this. You can actually see that the VRAM it's being how to say, utilized here. It's running really nice overall, and the details, it's actually fantastic, and I like it. I like how it's working. You can actually see in some situation that the system it's not even stressed, seriously. But in this case, you can actually see that the video card is doing a fantastic job with 30-50% load on the core. The VRAM it's utilized here, and it's got 60 FPS on average, and it's looking fantastic. There's no spikes, there's no weird loads. Look at this. Freaking nice performance. 9800 GTX Plus. I will say this is a very good video card for collection only. That's it. If you're interested on having a video card that is not a dual BGA video card, I think this is the second best thing after an SLI model. If you're interested on having a very rare, how should I say, an old video card for collection that is not expensive, this is that video card. If you're interested on using it for retro, this is still a very good video card, but you have to maintain it, clean it, because you can actually see it runs sometimes a little hot, but majority of the time it's just fantastic, even though it's a blower fan. I recommend this video card because it's not that expensive comparing it to a dual BGA video card. Aside from that, everything is good with this. I like it, I like how it's performing, and yeah. If you manage to find this benchmark entertaining, make sure you smash that like button. If you have any suggestion in the future for this system or for this video card, do leave a comment. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you very soon.